What's going on, YouTube? It's NC, the place to be. Channel trainer Mr. Annie back with some more WWE 2K24 news and breakdown. So we got a new trailer today. This is the gameplay trailer that 2K released on their Twitter and saying that, okay, we got a new gameplay trailer that I was excited to go in there and see. And we learned some new things and we see some new things that we didn't know before. So we're about to get into that and break that stuff down right now. So automatically, you know, it's more some of the rehash stuff that we've seen that from what the creators and the media got last week when they came, but we did get to see a couple of new things also in there. I mean, we showed more of the ambulance match, and they also showcased more talking about the 40 years of WrestleMania. And even in the trailer, one of the first things we see is the Ultimate Warrior coming down to take on Hulk Hogan. So obviously this will probably confirm their WrestleMania 6 match that they had. I'm about to say it's kind of hard to leave that match off anyway. So from that era, you would have to put that. You have to put that on there. Then we get shots of Cena in his baby blue and orange type of attire. I'm not sure. I don't think that's current Cena. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I don't know if that's current day. It looks more of an older school Cena, and I'm just trying to figure out which WrestleMania that would have been on. Then of course we get a shot of Cody Rhodes coming down to the ramp in mind. But then when we talk about the 40 years of WrestleMania, one thing I see Shawn Michaels in those black tights that he wore at WrestleMania 21 against Kurt Angle. That's what I'm feeling like that's going to be the match. And then I also see the shot of Triple H here, where it comes with the WrestleMania inside the WrestleMania ring. That looks like, to me, I don't know, going by the attire, I don't know if that's WrestleMania 27 or WrestleMania 28. Me personally, I would like WrestleMania 28 because you got Shawn Michaels as a special referee inside Hell in a Cell against The Undertaker. However, if they want to put the WrestleMania 27 match on there, because I don't want to see the Cena and The Miz, obviously. This only other match was worth a damn on that show. I can see it, but I would prefer the other one. Once again, this don't reminisce the Miami 28 ring to me, so I don't necessarily know what that can be. Then of course you got more shots of Rhea and Charlotte fighting at WrestleMania 39, and then we go to the backstage. You see LA Knight coming out the ambulance from backstage and talks about get let loose in the backstage brawl, and we see LA Knight taking on Solo. And what a lot of people were sitting there thinking, like, is this Jey Uso? Because like Jey Uso is already outdated. Me personally, I think it's Jimmy Uso. One, because Jimmy Uso was still in the bloodline at this time, and if you guys can look here when they show LA Knight hitting Jimmy Uso's face on the steel trash can, Jimmy Uso's the one that be wearing the gold chains. Okay, them gold chains right there is always the thing. He got the hair of the two braids. So I believe this is Jimmy Uso in the old day one ish stuff. And then we see Cena and Solo back there while LA Knight and Jimmy Uso is in the throne car. So I still believe that we're going to get. There's no reason why not to get main event Jey Uso, of course. Then they show up the casket match. The referees bringing down the casket to the ring, and Shawn Michaels and Undertaker going at a casket match. Same thing where you got to, like it's a container base. Probably the same thing you got to do in the ambulance match. Beat them down, and probably have a 2-minute game thing before you get to close the casket on there. Where you see the Undertaker sitting on top of the casket as he wins the matchup, and then they show guest referee, which is just more of an extended show of guest referee that they had with the first trailer. They show of Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Solo Sikoa. So there was a more extension of that. Now, with most of that being said, it says over 200 plus superstars and legends will probably be on the base roster as we get like a montage of things going on here. Now, usually with these 2K games, I would say since 2K19, we've always had about 200 plus. Now, because that plus could be very vague. It could be like 205. That technically is plus. Okay, I don't think we're getting. I don't know. I would love to have a base roster of like 250. You know what I'm saying? But then you can have like 50 DLC, and then you could just have a whole 300 man roster. That'd be crazy. But 200 plus, I'm cool. I just want to see if there is any, like, I want newer legends in there. And I'm curious because I'm really hoping for Ken Shamrock. I really want Ken Shamrock in the game, especially because he's signed a Legends deal, or even him as DLC. I just want Ken Shamrock in the game somehow. But then they show what Brian Williams was talking about in the game, that he wants that a whole thing where people can dive on a group of people, the pile-up spot, as what I call it. And they show Rey Mysterio diving on Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Damian Priest. And like I said, it looks fine. When it comes to like the dive on multiple people, but so in other words, it looks like that when you dive now, it's going to be like before it will only be targeted on one connect, and it'll just fall past everybody, wouldn't touch them. But now it's like everybody gets affected, so it's cool. It isn't like they all catch you. It's like an all animated thing, but it's like everybody does get hit. So that'll be kind of cool when you dive in too, because that'll help with managers or people that's on the outside. I think that could be fun, for the game thing. But now as it goes on, the biggest glare thing that we see is that now for when they showed the release of the covers, you got Cody with the release of March 8th. March 5th is the deluxe edition. That's what I got. And then the other March 5th is the 40th WrestleMania edition with the cover. Now, it's not a physical copy, unfortunately. When you have a cover like this, why can't it be official? But they changed the cover. If you see over here, this is where John Cena is. And before, Brock Lesnar was in that spot. Now, like I said in my reaction, I said, okay, here's a couple things here. I knew that they were probably going to have to do something because of what's going on with Vince, and Brock Lesnar's name came up and they had removed it from creative, and they could keep him away from the problem. However, it's the way games work. I'm not a game designer. I'm not anything like that. But unless the game is getting delayed, they can't take Brock Lesnar out the game right now. They took him out Supercard. It's a mobile game, but they had to do something, I believe. So they removed him from the cover, put Cena in the cover. But if I'm betting money, Brock Lesnar's part of the showcase. He had some iconic matches at WrestleMania, from defeating Undertaker's streak, him and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19. I don't think they're gonna be like him and Goldberg, but he had some iconic WrestleMania matches that you can just easily put in the game. And right now, they don't want to promote that. It's kind of like when 2K24 first came out and Vince fired half the roster, right? To the point where they couldn't even do a proper roster reveal. They just had to show who was in it, so they wouldn't promote who was in it because they're fired, right? I do believe right now it would be too much to take Brock Lesnar out. You have to seriously delay the game and then put new things in the game to replace that, and then we'll just look at the regular fall release. You don't want that, especially when you have a whole schedule going on. So I believe Brock's still going to be in the game. Okay, they're not going to take him out, but they got to remove marketing of Brock Lesnar. Okay, and marketing is at 30s of WrestleMania, so take him off. But when you get the game, or when they talk about the matches, he'll almost still be in there. But the last thing that was in there was you see somebody shadowboxing in the Smackdown arena, and it turned out to be Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, just one greatest boxer ever, just a legend in himself. But he's been so involved with wrestling, and he was the special enforcer at WrestleMania 1. Could that confirm that match? I'm not necessarily sure, but just having him, which will most likely be DLC, I'm happy to see him. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the celebrity DLC, stuff like that, but it's Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali needs to be like just, we had Mike Tyson before, and I was like, okay, why not have Muhammad Ali? Especially if y'all seen UFC 5, he's in there with Mike Tyson in that game. And I'm like, wow, to put him in the wrestling game, which obviously he has a lot of history with the wrestling, that's awesome to me. So shout out to them for that. And that was the wrap up of the gameplay trailer. So I don't know what the schedule is like for when it comes to releasing things, or when we're going to get a roster reveal, when we're going to get the showcase mode, when we get the DLC news. But right now, we got about 3 weeks until this thing 3 or 4 weeks until this thing comes out. So the news is going to be heavy. So if you want to know all about the news and my opinions on it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button if you guys enjoy my stuff. And how do you guys feel about the gameplay? Did they not show enough? Did they show too much? Who are you looking forward to be in the roster? Post all that in the comments down below. Go hit the subscribe button, like for more, and stay tuned for more. So once again, this is NC, the place to be. Channel Mr. A&D, and the Nerd Coalition is out.